Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to learn surface area and volume of sphere and hemisphere. And I have a drawing of a sphere here. This oval-like shape is what we call sphere. Why half of it is called hemisphere? So to get the surface area, now when we deconstruct a sphere, we end up with 4 circles. Let me see if I can highlight that here. If I trace this circle like this, let me try and trace it. This one, oh, this is one circle. Again, I can trace the same, this one like this, to form another circle. Then I can trace this like this. That is the third circle. And then the whole of the circle outside here will give you the fourth circles. So when you deconstruct a sphere, you end up with 4 circles. Let me remove all these rubbish lines that I do. So if that is the case, then the surface area of a sphere, SA, is 4 multiplied by area of each of the angles of the circle rather. An area of a circle is pi r squared. So the total surface area of a sphere is 4 multiplied by pi r squared, since we deconstruct a sphere and we end up with 4 circles. So the total surface area of the sphere is the 4, or the area of the 4 circles. That is why we have 4 pi r squared here. Hemisphere, which is half of a sphere, the total surface area of a hemisphere will just divide this by 2. That is half of a sphere. So total surface area of hemisphere will be half times 4 pi r squared. That is 4 pi r squared divided by 2. That is what I mean by half times that. And that will give me 2 pi r squared. That is that for surface area of a sphere. The volume of a sphere, V, is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. That is the volume of a sphere. And again, hemisphere is half of a sphere. So volume of a hemisphere, let me call it V subscript H, will be 4 over 3 pi r cubed divided by 2. In other words, I'll have 4 over 3 pi r cubed times half, 1 over 2. And 4 times 1 is 4. I have 4 pi r cubed. 3 times 2 is 6. So 4 over 6 pi r cubed is the volume of a hemisphere. With this knowledge, let's try and solve some question. I have an example here. It says calculate the surface area and volume of the following shapes. The shapes, the first one is a sphere, the second one is a hemisphere, the third one is also a sphere. So let me label them. Let's call this one A, let's call this one B, and let's call this one C. So to start with, we are calculating the surface area. Let me start with A. A, the surface area of a sphere, SA of the sphere, is 4 pi r squared. That is 4 multiplied by 3.142, which is an approximate value for pi, times the radius of this sphere is 4, so 4 squared. which is 4 times 3.142 times 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16, times 16. Let's plug this value into calculator. I have 4 times 3.142 times 16. 16, that is 201.1 approximately. And the unit there is centimeter. So the area will be centimeter square. So that is the total surface area for that sphere. And the question says we should calculate the surface area and the volume. The volume of a sphere V is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. That is 4 divided by 3 times 3.142 times the radius. Radius is 4, so 4 cubed. 4 cubed means 4 times 4 times 4. I have 4 over 3 times 3.142. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. Let's plug this value into calculator. We have 4 times 3.142 times 64. And divide the result by 3. Divided by 3 is 268. I have 268.1 approximately centimeter cube as the volume of that sphere. Okay, that is that for part A. Let's move on to part B. Part B is a hemisphere. Let me work that here. So B, we know that surface area of a hemisphere is 4 pi r squared divided by 2, since hemisphere is half of a sphere, which is of course 2 pi r squared, and that will be 2 times 3.142 times the radius there is 1.4 meter, 1.4 square, which is 2 times 3.142 times 1.4 square is 1.4 times 1.4, and that gives us 1.96. 1.96. And when we plug all this number into calculator, we have 2 multiplied by 2. I have 12.3 approximately centimeter square as the surface area of the hemisphere. Now, volume of the hemisphere, let me indicate here hemisphere, subscript H for hemisphere. Volume of the hemisphere, let me write that as V subscript H. That is 4 over 3 pi r cubed divided by 2, which is 4 over 3 pi r cubed multiplied by 1 over 2, which is 4 times 1 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. So 4 over 6 pi r cubed. Now let's put in the value. R is 1.4. I have 4 over 3 times pi, which is 3.142, times the radius 1.4 cube. And 1.4 cube means 1.4 times 1.4 times 1.4. So let's do that. 1.4. That gives me 2.744. I have 4 over 3 times 3.142 3.142 times 2.744. Again, when we put all of this number into calculator, times 3.142 times 4, that is 34.48 approximately, then divided by 3. Divided by 3 is 11.5 approximately centimeter cube as the volume of the hemisphere. And lastly, the third one is a sphere also. Let me do that here. That is question C now. Surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. That will be 4 times pi, which is 3.142. And then the radius here is, I think this is 2.3 centimeter, 2.3 centimeter, then square there. That would be 4 multiplied by 3.142, 2.3 square. That's 2.3 times 2.3. That is 5.29, 5.29. Let's plug those numbers into calculator. 5.29 times 3.142 times 4, that is 66.5 approximately centimeter square as the area or the surface area of the sphere. Now, volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cube. That is 4 over 3 times 3.142 times the radius, which is 2.3 cube. And 2.3 cube will be 2.3 times 2.3 times 2.3, 12.167. I have 4 over 3 times 3.142 times 12.167. Again, putting all of that into calculator, we have divided by 3, we have 50.97 approximately centimeter cube as the volume of that sphere. And that brings us to the end of this lesson on the volume and surface area of a sphere and hemisphere. I hope you found it useful. If you do, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel so you get more of this when I release more content. Thank you for your time.